Welcome to special or bonus episode for the annual BasketNews draft ceremony. As we're approaching FIBA World Cup 2023, we're excited to draft the best players of the upcoming competition. I think it's a good opportunity to remind all the fans about the best players in the competition. It's also great content. I mean, our Lithuanian platform had a huge success, and which sparked the emergence of BasketNews community, and it's fun. I mean, sports is all about entertaining. Podcasting is all about entertaining. So we're here to have some fun with gentlemen like Rytis Vyšniauskas.
Don't know my name anymore.
Who's this guy? Not a gentleman, Gytis.
For some reason, I returned to this joke about Ricky, and then I thought about the follow-up joke like Ricky Cherry. But anyway, Gytis Blaževičius, Augustas Šiliauskas, and Donatas URBONUS. We are here to draft the best players of the FIBA World Cup. Say something.
Well, I have two questions for you guys.
First of all, what you're doing here?
Well, that's not to be answered right now. The two questions I have for you guys: how many players have you written down on your lists?
Okay.
I have all of them because I have a Wikipedia page open with the full roster. So
okay,
so I have all.
That's your preparation. You're gonna improvise as you go.
I do have all the players on my list. Yes.
Okay.
I have like 10, 12 guys.
Okay.
Really?
I
For
have
each
like
position.
Okay.
Oh, for each position.
Okay.
Well, you did your homework.
So it's
I mean, you were making jokes. I was just writing down names right now.
That's like 50 players?
Yeah.
What the hell? Okay, I have like 20. So
I mean, probably that's enough because we're drafting like, 6 guys?
and
That's
you
what
get
I was thinking. I have 44 players because I wrote out the ones that I thought are the, let's say, top 24, because that's what we're going to have. We're going to have 5 players for the starting 5 and 1 6-man for each of us. So that's 24 in total.
Yeah.
But we have 2 rules, which Donatas failed to mention yet. One of the rules is...
I just said hi. When I should
One
have.
of the rules is we cannot draft more than 1 player from one national team, and the other rule is that we cannot draft any more than 1 player that is naturalized.
Let's not make it a circus,
Yeah.
which is already a national team competition.
I came up with a really corny joke when you asked about the number of players I have. I've got 99 players, but Gytis ain't one.
Oh. Shout out to Serbia.
Boomer. Anyways.
The Black Album, Jay-Z.
So,
And Gytis, I hope you didn't get offended by my question, because it's your URBONUS debut, actually.
yeah,
I hope he did get offended because he just called me a boomer. And not in the way that I play for Australia.
I'm not sure Gytis' appearance is off to a good start, guys.
chemistry is somewhere not in this room right now.
How do you like your beef, medium rare?
Guys, we have 1 hour to draft 24 players, and we're talking about beef doneness. But anyways, because we can only draft one player from each country, I thought, extra 20 players on top. Because let's say someone picks someone from USA, and then that other few players you had don't fit your team anymore. Just have some options. So I got some.
And we're gonna be kind of liberal on this whole positions thing. Like guards are guards, forwards are forwards. Some power forwards can be put as centers,
But we're putting them
As it is in
into
today's
positions,
basketball.
right? Like point guards, shooting guard.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Okay.
Just for simplicity.
And we have our special draft ceremony.
Big draft ceremony.
Big production value in the studio.
There's no way
you'll see when we reveal.
this is rigged.
Because this was working for this like for 15-20 minutes.
Yeah.
And he came out with this. Okay.
That's why we'll draft only 6 players and not 8. But
Since I did the papers,
mix it up.
I'll mix it up.
Yeah, for sure. You do that.
And I'll give you guys to pick, and whatever's left, I'll take
Thanks, man.
the last one.
I'll take this one.
Which one is heated?
So we will have this, do we call it like a snake
draft.
Snake draft.
Yeah.
So who gets first? And I mean, it's gonna be the first pick, second pick, third pick, and fourth pick, and who gets fourth continues with the fifth pick.
What you got?
Number 2.
And something that the first pick is the best, but actually I think that the fourth one,
Number 4.
number 1,
3.
for the second consecutive draft.
Wow, I went number 2 before the draft, and now I'm number 2 in the draft.
You got 3?
Yeah, so this
All right,
this
perfect.
makes it perfect. We don't need to switch seats or anything because
It's
you
like-
go 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's nice.
That's really nice. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. So I hope
go-
to
you
get
go
the
first
same
again.
team that I got in Lithuanian edition with the first pick of the annual Basket News FIBA draft.
I'm just typing
I go
Luka
with the
Doncic.
best player of this FIBA World Cup competition, Mr. Luka Doncic. Do I need to introduce this guy to you?
Oh, yes, tell us about his strengths and weaknesses.
He is kind of good scorer. He is nice playmaker. Okay, on a more serious note, he averaged 32.4 points per game in the last NBA season. Only 5 players in the NBA history since MJ era had a bigger season scoring average. He scored the most career points per game by an active player with 27.6 per game. He also had 14 40-plus games in the NBA last season, and in the last Eurobasket he had 47, and I bet that he will become the first FIBA World Cup player ever to get a triple-double, and I think that he will try to hit this scoring record in a single FIBA World Cup game, which is like 54 points by South Korean player. So this is my number 1 pick.
54 is a lot of points.
But did he score like 51 in the Olympics versus Argentina?
49.
Or 49?
Maybe?
I don't remember.
Me-
Wait, last year
year.
in the Eurobasket
He
against
he
France.
repeated Nikos Galis record. I think.
And in the Olympics versus Argentina also in Tokyo. So it's doable.
Yeah.
Especially now when Slovenia has less options to score than they did
Exactly.
last year.
They'll need him score more.
Yeah, he probably will have to take even more shots.
I'm mostly surprised nobody had a triple double so far in the World Cup.
It's hard because even in the EuroLeague, it has been done like, 3 times?
Yeah. Nikola Vucic,
Kalaitis,
and that's it.
probably.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's hard.
And especially many years ago in FIBA basketball, they were more strict with assists, especially.
because
So
nowadays you get an assist if you make a direct pass, the player gets fouled, and if he makes at least one free throw, you get the assist.
one
And
example.
let's say FIBA World Cup 2006,
Yeah.
it wouldn't count as an assist.
And probably the top guy on the list in assists was like averaging 5 assists, maybe.
5, 6.
So
something
yeah,
like- yeah.
No, it's
So
a bit
that was an easy first
of course.
pick.
We all agree he's the best player in the competition,
It's
right?
like
Yeah.
the 2003 NBA draft class where everybody knew who's going to be number
So-
1, or this year NBA draft class with Wemby.
I'm intrigued to
Who's
see
your
what
dark
what
horse
is
then?
that. Now the real fun starts.
Yeah, the fun starts now.
I mean, the second pick was kind of easy for me as well to make up my mind because
Nikola Vucic?
I'm talking about the All NBA first
All
team
right.
player. Last season, he had an amazing year with OKC, and I think he's gonna light up this competition. So it's pretty easy for me to pick Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and at the same time, I'm locking my Canadian player, so I wouldn't have to consider RJ Barrett or anybody else further in the draft. I'm not sure if Gilgeous-Alexander needs introduction, maybe to those who don't really watch a lot of NBA, but in general. An athletic scorer who can do basically anything offensively. He can shoot off the dribble. He can post up. He can drive. He's a really strong finisher with both hands. I mean, what else to be said?
Would you say he is the second best offensive player in the tournament?
I would, and that's why I picked him. Also, he can play solid defense, which obviously helps the team as well.
Okay, so
Okay.
now it's Gytis' turn, right?
So yeah,
debut.
this is my pick, and
Debut
I
take.
think I already have a controversial pick.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think, but maybe
That's why we
disagree.
brought you here.
First of all, my strategy for this was to open up NBA 2K and look through all the players that I write down and look through their offensive, defensive abilities, all of those kind of things.
Nice perspective. Okay.
I took this kind of I wanted to bring in some youth into your podcast because, 2 30-year-olds, one 27-year-old.
28.
32.
I mean, 30 and over, so in the 30s. So I
Before-
wanted to
I'm
bring in
out,
some young perspective playing
You want
games.
to put this podcast in new audiences, right?
Yeah, on TikTok, everywhere.
Yeah, perfect.
For these kind of people. And I'm gonna go with in my opinion, the best defensive player in the whole draft. And because there's less centers in the FIBA World Cup than, let's say, guards. No, guards, I would say there's also point guards, specifically, not so many, but let's see, shooting guards, small forwards. I will go with Jaren Jackson Jr.
That's freaking good pick.
Because I think he's the best
There's
defensive
nothing controversial about it.
Okay. Well, he's not the name that you would think to pick number 3, I would say, but maybe that's just because he's more known for his defense.
In the podcast, in our last podcast, I said that he might win the MVP in this World Cup.
Okay.
I mean,
but
since credentials mean a lot in these conversations, you're picking the defensive player of the year, the current defensive player of the year in the NBA. So when you said it's going to be controversial, I thought like you're picking Stefano Tonut or someone like that. But okay, that's a solid pick. Yeah. Okay. And just to clarify, of course, I'm putting Gilgeous Alexander as my shooting guard, Doncic is your point guard.
Right.
Jaren Jackson.
We'll see how it goes later in the
writing
draft.
those down.
I'm most likely putting Jaren Jackson as center, but if the opportunity for me to get a good center arises, I think he can play the 4 because he can shoot.
He can.
So
he can. He does play that in Memphis.
No, that's a good pick, Gytis.
Okay.
I'm proud of you, really.
All right, guys. I have 2 picks in a row. That's actually a great position.
I can tell you who's going to be your first pick, to be honest.
Who do you think I'm taking?
No, I don't care. I'll try not to look at your Excel.
No, well, I have 2 picks, so it's okay. I mean, I'll have to go with the guy I compared to Michael Jordan in the previous podcast, and in my eyes, he's top 3 offensive player in this tournament. Anthony Edwards is my first pick, and he will be the go-to guy for the United States. Of course, I think he will do great things. Scoring will not be a problem for me. We will play a fast game as well with him. So I just need to get, since he took Jaren Jackson Jr., I was thinking about taking him as well. Now I want Anthony Edwards. And for my 5th pick, I think I'm going to do an interesting choice here that is going to help me in the last picks because I won't have to think about taking a player from the same country. I'm going to go with...
Guys, this was just a short segment of the full URBONUS podcast that was for our BM Plus subscribers. Make sure to check it out on our website, BasketNews.com, where you'll find even more basketball content like this. And also, now you have the opportunity to buy specific episodes or articles with our pay-per-view option. So make sure to check it all out. This episode was pretty fun, I think. And I think you should definitely join our community.